Hello and welcome to LaRosa Reads. I'm Denise LaRosa, and today I'm going to be chatting it up with you about some of my most memorable plot twists that I have read over the past several years. Let's talk books. So I thought it would be fun to reflect upon the most memorable plot twists that I have read over the past several years. These are moments that I found myself like audibly gasping or clutching the pearls and being like, what? Like making those audible sounds whenever you're reading and you come up on a plot twist. So what is a plot twist? Well, it's an unexpected development in a book, film, TV show, you get what I mean, in media. I love me some plot twists, but they have to be just what I explained, unexpected. It's not a plot twist if you kind of saw it coming. It just doesn't land as well for me. It doesn't give me that moment of, what just happened? I love those moments. So I'm going to share 4 books that had me clutching the pearls, had me audibly like going, and just made my heart sing for joy because it was a good reading moment. I recently read Wrong Place, Wrong Time, and I had a ball with this book. It was so well done as a mystery thriller. We have a mother of a teenage son who she looks out the window of her home one day and sees him stabbing a stranger. This, of course, is unexpected, but that's not the plot twist, y'all. The plot twist happens about around in the middle of the book, and it was perfection. I kind of saw something of the like happening, but it still surprised me nonetheless. And that's what I've found, you guys, that most plot twists that I've encountered have happened in, obviously, mystery and thrillers. I have also read 2 satires that brought on some good plot twists as well. This one, Wrong Place, Wrong Time, is a mystery thriller. And I appreciated how before the plot twist happened, I was so fully invested in all of the characters. And there was some mystery hanging over one of the characters specifically. And that person was very mysterious to me. I felt like we didn't fully know who they were. And I didn't know if that meant they were on the good side or the bad side. And that twist answered it all. So if you're looking for a plot twist, Wrong Place, Wrong Time might be your vibe. So with Wrong Place, Wrong Time, I mentioned that that plot twist took place around the middle of the book. I also appreciate a good plot twist that happens at the very, very end of a novel. That is what happened for me with The House of Eve. The House of Eve uncovers the story of 2 Black women in the 1950s, young women who were leading 2 very different lives and have 2 very different lived experiences in relation to romantic relationships and maternal health. One of the women is going to college in Northern Virginia, I believe, or around the DC metro area. She falls in love with a doctor-to-be, very successful Black man from a very successful family. And the other young woman is really struggling, trying to create a new life for herself. Her mother has, quite frankly, abandoned her, left her to live with a relative, and she's wanting to do better with her life and just break the chains of oppression, neglect, poverty, all those things that have really stigmatized her family. And yet she falls in love with a young man, a Jewish young man, and as a Black woman in the 1950s, that was quite the scandal. These 2 women find themselves in predicaments when it relates to maternal health, becoming a mother. Both of them find themselves struggling with 2 very different lived experiences, but mothering, being a woman, all of that is at the center and at the core of both of their stories. The plot twist is at the very, very end. The story is already so rich and layered and has this perfect balance. I feel like Sadikwa Johnson does this perfect balance of a little bit of salaciousness, a little soap opera-esqueness. I know that's not a word, but you know what I mean. But yet the historical fiction is really well done and eloquently done. And it's not a joke. It's not like frivolous reading. But yet there's enough going on there that you're kind of like, ooh, what is she doing now? Kind of thing. This plot twist was superb. It was the perfect way to end this novel. You've got to read this book if you haven't already. And if you haven't already, like, why, friends? This book has been everywhere, and rightfully so. And here we have Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. This is a book that I could not wait to get my hands on, but it was also one of those books that was everywhere. And because it was everywhere, I kind of dug my heels in and got a little spicy about it and was like, yeah, everybody's talking about it, so I don't want to be a part of the in crowd. I kind of want to hang back, but I could not resist. I finally picked it up, and I was so glad that I did just that. This is a satire. It's wild, funky, crazy from page one, okay? You've got two women who went to college together, one woman being Asian American, the other woman identifying as a white woman, and both were aspiring writers. The Asian American woman becomes a very, very, very successful writer, very successful author. Her book actually becomes a best-selling novel, and it gets auctioned off to become a Netflix show. The other author to be aspiring author has had less than stellar success. She is struggling. I'm not spoiling anything. This book, people were talking about it. You probably already know if you heard about it already. The Asian American woman dies in a very bizarre way, like bizarre. And the white woman is there up at the time of the Asian American author's death. The white lady decides, maybe I'll snoop around my friend's home, her apartment, while like she's laying there marinating, and she finds the Asian American author's manuscript for her next novel. She snatches it up and she claims it as her own, and it is very much about a Chinese American experience. I gave you something that the synopsis gives you right off the bat, and it's okay because there's more plot twist upon plot twist upon plot twist in this book. So I feel like this is one of those books that just constantly had you going like, what? She did what? She said what? She's doing what? Like, what is happening? So I can't even think of one specific plot twist where I'm like, oh, so what I told you in the synopsis, we already knew this. This was in the synopsis. It's not a spoiler. It is a twist, but it's not the twist or one of the several twists that will have you being like, no, she didn't. I enjoyed this book. It was fun, but yet very much a conversation piece. The book uncovers a lot about race and the publishing industry, so conversations can be had. I think it is a winner. You guys, if I could whip out this book every episode of LaRosa Reads, I most certainly would. This has not been the first time. This will not be the first time you've seen this book, and it most certainly will not be the last time. The ruler of all plot twists, my favorite plot twisty book ever, and I mean ever, as of the recording of this video, goes to Black Buck by Mateo Escaripor. Oh my gosh. This protagonist, Darren, young black man, growing up in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, trying to do life. He's living with his mother. They have a great relationship. He is not living up to his full potential, however, and he is working at a Starbucks connected to a corporate building. He serves a lot of customers that work several floors above the Starbucks in that corporate building, and they approach him. In fact, I think the CEO of this startup, this tech startup, approaches him and is like, dude, I like your go-to-ativeness. I like your like potential. I see you being successful in this business. Come join us upstairs. The rest just goes from one twist to another twist to another twist. It's a wild ride. I repeat, this book is one wild ride. If you are someone who doesn't like that feeling, that roller coaster feeling of reading a book, like you just want to sit and settle in with the book and you don't want this book to like jerk you around, not sure Black Buck is your book, because this book is like riding on one of those rocky roller coasters. You are going and you think you've got the flow, and the next thing you know, Mateo's got you going some other direction. I loved everything about it. And then about 3/4 of the way through, it takes this wild twist and turn, and you're like, what? And then at the very, very, very end, it takes the biggest of turns out of the million turns it had already taken. I know I'm saying a turn a lot of times, just trust me. You want to read this book. I think if plot twist and like that kind of reading experience is not your thing, I would encourage you to stretch yourself and read this. This book discusses, in a satire-ish way, discusses so much. It leaves you thinking and pondering class, race, aspirations, dreaming, achieving, giving back. It's really a book that I find to be spectacular, and the author is even more spectacular than his work. Please check this out. It is the plot twist of all plot twists, and it is quite the read. All right, my friends, those are some of my most memorable plot twists as of now. Who knows what batch of books I'll come up with if I were to ever do this video again as a part 2. What are some of your favorite plot twists that you have read in recent years? I want to know, because I enjoy getting like the twists and turns of reading a book that just shocks you and takes an unexpected turn, if you will. So I think the word of this video is turn, wouldn't you think? Let me know though about those books in the comment section below. And until next time, happy reading. Bye.